last comment will be a sort of an epilogue. It's not in the treaty per se, but if you add all of the hopes together and then all the concrete obligations together, it supports some new horizons which have been closed down progressively over the 70 years of the nuclear era. And on that, Marie has a comment.
I think for the last several years, I think many of us have been trying to imagine moving the global debate about security and well-being to a completely new, in a completely new direction. The whole conversation about nuclear weapons, about banning nuclear weapons, in some ways, always feels a bit bizarre to me, because it seems like it is so profoundly the wrong direction in which humanity should be going, and we know that. And the challenge is to stir the capacity in the human community to imagine and move in new directions. For 72 years, the existence of nuclear weapons has kept the human family on the brink of planetary destruction, literally. We've lived under the shadow of our own annihilation for nearly 4 generations. The assumption that building capacity for more violence, even the ultimate violence, will ultimately satisfy the world's craving for peace or enhance the security, the real security of vulnerable people is really an absurd lie. In his World Day of Peace message this year, and Gary and I have been doing a lot of quoting of Pope Francis because he is saying some really extraordinary things. In his World Day of Peace message this year, Pope Francis said, "An ethics of fraternity and peaceful coexistence between individuals and among peoples cannot be based on the logic of fear, violence, and closed-mindedness, but on responsibility, respect, and sincere dialogue." He continued, "Nuclear deterrence and the threat of mutually assured destruction are incapable of grounding such an ethic. Spending on nuclear weapons not only steals resources from poor communities and the earth, but also wastes the creative capacity as well as intellectual, financial, political, and spiritual resources of our communities that could be put to better use, developing effective nonviolent strategies for protecting vulnerable people and promoting sustainable and inclusive security. We believe, as Pax Christi International, that it is time to pursue a peace that is rooted in the practice of justice and solidarity, rather than being dependent on the threat of mutually assured destruction. A well-crafted, loophole-free ban treaty is one crucial step in that direction. It is a very significant step, but not yet getting us to the possibilities that still exist. So in terms of the treaty so far, our perspective is that we are both grateful for the energy that has gone into it, from missions, from civil society around the world, grateful for all of the energy that went into the humanitarian consequences process, and yet we are yearning for this step to be accomplished so that we can, in fact, move to a new plane of human and earth relationships that bring us to a new place.
Thank you very much.